What is up, everyone? Frank here with another video, and got my boy Totoro here in the background in full effect. And in this video we're pretty much going to cover bash for loops and while loops. These are very useful when you're looking to make a bash script or repeat a very manual task several times. So let's go ahead and open up our terminal here, and let me go ahead and increase it because sometimes, yeah. Alright, so basically when you want to do a for loop, you pretty much need some output that you want to iterate through. So in this case, let me go ahead and just do echo and then 0 through 10. And in Linux, pretty much that prints out 0 through 10. So this is a list that we can iterate through, which basically just means go through one by one and perform an action, and we can do that with a for loop. So the basic way to write it up is basically do a for I, and you can name your variable whatever. This is just a variable, right? In this case, a lot of times you're gonna see I, so I'm saying for I in my list, which is gonna be 0 through 10, you wanna do, which is perform an action, and in this case I'm just gonna do echo double quotes and then $I to print out your variable, and then you want to finish off the loop by saying done. So just to go over it really quick, we're saying for I in our list, we want to go ahead and echo I. So you can see it went ahead, it iterated through our list, it went one by one and ran the echo command. Now it doesn't have to be numbers. This can be any output that you want to iterate through. So for example, let's say I do ls, there's nothing here, so let me go ahead and create a number of files here, 0 through 10. Okay, so you can see here that I've created file 0 all the way up to 9. Okay, so say I want to iterate through this using a bash loop. You can do that by doing for I in, and then basically you need the command that's going to get you your output. In this case, it's going to be ls. When you want to get the output of a command, you basically have to surround it with these backticks, and that's pretty much gonna execute the command and get you the output that you could iterate through. So do echo $I 1 2 3 done. So you can see I've gone ahead and echoed all these files. Say I want to print out the name, right, like we're doing here, we're echoing the name, but I also want to do something to the file. Then you can just use another semicolon here and do something like echo hi, and we want to append that to our file, so we would do I. So now if I go here and look at my files, right, in theory, up here we echoed hi into our files, so they should all have that greeting in there. Yep, there you go, hi. So you can see how this can be very useful. It's definitely very useful when you want to automate things that are very manual, or if you have to go through like a number of servers. You can do things like, you can say you have, you can say I have a file of servers.txt, and let's just say IP1, IP2, IP3, for example. Say we have a file with our server IPs, and we want to run a command on all these 3 servers. You would do something similar to what we did here. With a for loop, you would just do, instead of the ls, you can do the cat servers.txt and then echo each server IP or whatever, and then here you can do a command like ssh option connect timeout equals 1. All that means is if it can't reach the server within a second, it'll time out and move on to the next one. So we're doing SSH with that option, and then we want to do the server IP, which would be, you know, the variable, and then you can run a command here like uptime, or if you want to install a package or something, that's where you would do your command. So well, obviously these aren't, you know, IPs, and I don't have these servers, so it's gonna time out, right? Could not resolve hostname, but that's fine. You get the idea, right? This is very useful when you want to connect to all these servers and run a command or check something. So that's basically it for the for loop. The while loop is very similar, so let's go ahead and cover that real quick. So while loops are very similar, except with while loops you pretty much want to define a condition for that loop to keep going. So for example, I can just say while, you know, the condition is true, go ahead and, you know, do echo hi, and notice it and then write done, and that'll pretty much keep going, and it'll go really fast. So let me go ahead and add a sleep to it every, you know, 3 seconds. So this is gonna do while true, do echo hi, and then it's gonna sleep 3 seconds, and then it's gonna basically keep going because our condition here is basically true, and we don't have something in our loop that's going to make that false or break out of the loop. So let's go ahead and run that. And there you go, you can see it's printing out hi, and then it's sleeping for 3 seconds, and that's basically going to keep going until I exit out of this loop. So I'm gonna go ahead and Control C. So let's go ahead and make one with a condition that's eventually gonna be satisfied and the while loop is gonna break free. So we can do that by, let's say I want to define this number n equals 1, and then we can do while, and then while our number is less than 10, I want you to echo that number value. And for our number to eventually get to 10, we need to do the arithmetic somewhere in the loop. So in this case, after the echo, we're gonna set n equal to just n plus 1. Basically, that's gonna perform the arithmetic. Each time it loops through, it'll add 1 to the variable, and eventually when it gets to you know, 10, it's gonna break out. So let's go ahead and run this. whoops, I made a typo. See, I have a little syntax error going here. Basically, it's gonna be n equals, no space, and now we're gonna run it. And there you go. So it essentially went, it printed out our n value, it added 1 to it, eventually it reached 10, so it went ahead and exited out of the while loop. So yeah, I hope this video is somewhat useful to you guys. Sorry about the error there before, and if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to hit a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed already, please go ahead and subscribe. It helps the channel out a lot. If you have any ideas for videos that you want to see in the future, please go ahead and drop them in the comments. I'm all about the feedback. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. You have a good day.